Welcome back to the High Talk Podcast with your host Rafiki. Remember to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, X, and what's that? TikTok.
Okay.
I almost got that shit Twitch. That's just funny. But yeah, today I got a question for everyone. Who loves orange soda? Like really loves orange soda? Cause me personally, not even talking about like the drink, like just the whole aesthetic of what it means. Like, and this man right here, he definitely is orange soda incarnate. Like, not talking about like no Kale from Keenan and Kale. This man, DJ Burn, he definitely he brought back a whole era for us, realistically, a whole ass era. And I'm excited to have him on the podcast today. Welcome, man. How you feeling today?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. Happy to be here. Appreciate you having me on here. It's an honor to be able to sit down and talk to people about creative shit. So
Facts. I love
I want to
it.
assume I can cuss on here, right?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Fuck shit ass bitch cunt. No.
Facts. So let's just hop into it, man. So your journey in DJing is pretty inspiring. What's one unexpected lesson you've learned along the way that you share with your younger self?
One unexpected lesson is that I actually learned recently in the past 2 or 3 years that not everybody's a fucking hater because the first I've been DJing 17 years. Just celebrate my 17th anniversary.
Hey, that's what's up. Congratulations.
Thank you. The first 13 years was just filled with a lot of people that weren't very helpful at all. A lot of people looked down upon me because I didn't run under a crew or I didn't carry nobody's crates. And so that was 95% of my experience with other DJs. So I thought, everybody was like that. But once I started venturing out and meeting other DJs from other areas, and mainly DJs that were more secure about themselves and their position and their talent, they were a lot more helpful as far as like giving advice, giving guidance, plugging me in at certain events, certain networking opportunities. And that really changed my perspective on things because I think the creative scene here in Central Ohio in general is can be very divided at some points. But like I said, one thing I learned is that there are people that are willing to help you, and you just got to make sure that you're ready and that you approach every opportunity and take full advantage of it. Because if somebody do give you opportunity and you fumble, you won't get another one, and you mess it up for the next person that might be looking for opportunity. So yeah, I definitely learned there are people out there that are willing to help. You just got to go out there and find them.
Facts. So how did that lesson impact your career moving forward?
That's really why I've been doing all this traveling, just because, social media is a great tool as far as networking and being able to meet people that, like-minded individuals that are on the same career path as you, but you can only do so much networking on social media. Sometimes you just got to pop up on people. So I've made it a point to like people that I interact with on social media that I like what they do. I'll just like unannounced too, because I don't want people to think I'm trying to come and tag team and just get something out of what they're doing. Like I'll pop up on them just to support. Like I'll fly across the country, buy a ticket, and show up at your show. Just because that's the kind of support that people deserve in person, and hopefully it get reciprocated. But even if it don't, like it just, I feel like I set a good example of supporting other people. And hopefully other people take that and support the people that are coming to them about whatever it is they're doing creatively.
Can you give an example of how this situation where this lesson particularly helped?
Specifically, okay. I just went to New York City for the first time in July. And I had planned this trip this April. I was just like, I'm going to just buy a plane ticket and go out there on a random weekend and just, try to link up with people, try to support people. And there was actually this party that I seen on social media called A Good John and it's hosted by a great DJ, Corey Towns. And I interacted with him on social media, and I see this party. I'm like, this seems like a dope party. I definitely want to go and support. So once again, like, I was just like, I'm going to go out there And I didn't even know if it was going to be that weekend because it's like semi-monthly or whatever, and it just happened to be that Friday I was going to be there. So I pulled up, I bought tickets, pulled up, chopped it up with him, and showed that in-person support. And I feel like we fostered a great relationship based on that because in turn I was able to bring him to Columbus for the first time for him, and set him up with a performance. And I'm like I said, there's like probably half a dozen examples of that, of me just like going out, pulling up on somebody and say, here, I'm here to support whatever you need. I'll take my camera, shoot some video footage and make a reel, just because like I do what I would like people to do for me, not because I want them to, but it's like if I feel like I need this, I'm sure somebody else needs or wants this, so let me just do what I can to support, because people deserve that. Talented people deserve support.
Facts. That's the truth. So Orange Soda is a major event within not just the city but the state of Ohio. Like, how did that all start? Like, where did it begin?
Orange Soda began as a house party. Shout out to Akis, me and him, we hosted a couple of casual house parties at a friend's house. And so this is also after I had just moved back to Columbus from living in LA and in Texas.
How long ago was this?
This is 2016. 2016 is when I moved back. So I got this idea. When I moved back, I feel like a lot of people didn't even know I was moved back to Columbus, and I really wasn't getting booked. So I was like, what we should do, we should start a party and make it BYOB, so you don't have to worry about paying for drinks. Make it free, so you ain't got to worry about paying for cover. And it's over at midnight. That way you can get in, kick it, and either go home early or go to the next function. So it was really no excuse to not come to this party. And in turn, I would rent out the venue, pay the money for the venue, and use that investment of a monthly event to as like an advertisement for myself. So make a free party. Have people come, they see I know what I'm doing DJ wise, then eventually they book me for other things that are paid. So it was all advertising money for me. And we wanted to make it 2000s theme because at the time, 90s parties were like played out, but I felt like at the time there wasn't a lot of 2000s parties, and I grew up on 2000s music,
Facts.
High school and college, and a lot of other people. So I felt like it was just the next wave to for the generation that I was a part of and the people after me. So that was December 1st, 2017, and here we are almost 7 years later. And it's like you said, I think it's safe to say it's the biggest monthly party in Ohio, maybe even in the Midwest. We do like 1,000 people every trip. And we've done a festival, we've booked major acts, and we're celebrating our 7th anniversary on November 20. I don't know what the date is. It's Black Friday, so November 29th, one of those days. But yeah, so it's been a very interesting experience, being from DJing to actually event organization, and being able to book other DJs and give them platforms to express themselves, whether it's an up-and-coming DJ that just needs somewhere to spin, or it's like a major headline DJ here in the city that wants to be on a big stage and deserves to be on a big stage. So just giving opportunities for people to DJ and to be able to have something to do in Columbus on a consistent basis that's safe. You don't have to worry about no nonsense. To this day, I'm probably not gonna wood, we've never had a fight at Orange Soda.
As many times I've been there consistently, nothing's ever went down.
There's never been a fight at Orange Soda, and we're on our 7th year. There was a situation outside of one time, but it didn't get crazy, but there's never been a fight inside. And because we foster a good time, and it's not really about who's there, who's who, and we got a section, we got bottles, we here looking cool. It's really just about coming, listening to music, having a good time, and dancing. That's it.
Facts. So what are some of the highs and lows of Orange Soda?
The highs, like I said, is just being able to play music for a bunch of people on a monthly basis and to be able to provide good times for people and, thinking of different ways to be creative every month with the marketing. Some of the lows is just, I don't know, it's kind of taxing being, I'm getting old. It's kind of taxing being out 3 o'clock in the morning.
Man.
And then some of the venues, like, a lot of production goes into it because they don't have sound built in or the things that we need. So a lot of organizing happening on the back end. But there's way more highs than there is lows. So I like the lows really don't even matter, if we're being honest.
I feel you. So what's the next step for Orange Soda?
The next step is to eventually make this a nationwide thing, a traveling touring party. To do more festivals and bring more major acts to the city. I feel like that's really what I want to do moving forward in general, not just Orange Soda, but in general, is like bring things to Columbus that people pay X amount of dollars to travel to other big cities and to go see.
Facts.
Artists and DJs and experiences, and to also bring people in from bigger cities and show them Columbus got shit going on. It's not just a flyover city. It's not just Ohio State, and we're definitely not Cleveland. People confuse us with Cleveland all the time.
All the time.
But it's that's really my main goal in general, is to let people know that Columbus got something to say.
I feel it. What's a challenge you faced that completely changed your perspective on the music industry?
That's funny. It could be several things, if I'm being honest, but probably the number one challenge. Oh, so also this year I want to expand my career and use my knowledge as a DJ to do more things for creative. So I actually A&R my first project. Shout out to Zach Fresh, Wallahi.
Hey, that's what's up.
And what I found out trying to work with other artists and try to A&R other projects is that people don't like working hard
at all.
People want to do the least amount of work and get the maximum amount of effort in it. I was thinking earlier, I was supposed to tweet this, but I was busy. It's like, if you tell somebody, hey, you go stand at this spot at this time, you get $100, they'll do it. But if you tell them, if you go stand in this spot at this time and you may or may not get paid, they're like, I don't know. And that's how people treat their career, is I don't want to do it because I don't know what the payoff is going to be. Or I'll go hard. I didn't get the results I want, so I'm not doing nothing no more. And that's not how things work.
At all.
When it comes to creatives, there's 3 things you got to have. You got to be talented. You got to have good work ethic, and you got to have opportunities. And I actually tweeted this earlier. 2 of those things are outside of your control, but one of them damn sure isn't. So don't not have that one. Don't not be a hard worker, because there's people out there less talented than you that work harder than you, and they're getting the opportunities that you want because you not ready.
Facts.
Yeah. And so that's what I learned about the industry, is that every time I look at somebody talented and I'm like, man, he's super talented or she's super talented. I wonder why they haven't blew up yet. And then I start conversing with them and trying to figure out where they're trying to go. And I'm like, oh, that's why, because you really don't want to do this. You really don't want to make music or make art, or you really don't want to go out there and hustle and grind. You just want to sit back and just do a little bit of work, and that's not how things work in business.
At all.
If you want to start making money off something, that means you want somebody to give you their money instead of somebody else, and that means it's a competition, and so you got to go harder than the next person. One of the positive things I learned is that people in the music industry is just regular people.
Bro,
you see people on TV, you see them on social media, and they got a bunch of movement, a bunch of traffic and interactions and all that. And you talk to them, it's like, oh, you just a regular person.
Facts.
That's and then that gives me hope. Even not this past summer, but last summer, I met DJ Drama, and I'm like, man, this is Grammy Award winning DJ Drama, and just being able to talk to him and interact with him, I'm like, all right, well, when I mean regular, not that they're not talented or they're not special, but it's not like
they bleed just like me and you.
Yeah, absolutely. And they took their talent and they put the hard work in, and they got ready for the opportunities. And when the opportunities presented themselves, they took it all the way. And so that's one positive that I learned, is that whatever you want to do creatively, you can definitely do it. Like there's no limitations on it. It's going to go as far as you want it to go, to be honest.
Facts. That's crazy because I personally started out doing like uh artist management,
Mm,
and so the first thing I learned doing that was you adopting grown ass motherfuckers.
bro.
You're adopting. You're not just helping. You're adopting. You're taking care of these people. And like you said, if they don't got that work ethic, it's gonna be miserable for both parties.
It be grown people. I do something to elevate my DJ career literally every single day, sometimes twice a day. And there's been times where like I'll shoot a reel or I'll wake up early to shoot a reel to edit it before I go to work, or I'll do it on my lunch because I still have a 9 to 5, or I'll stay up late to do something to contribute to my career. Literally every single day. No days off. And that's why I DJ so much on the weekends, because it's like I want to do this for real. And there's so many things I got to do to stay in front of people's minds and to be ready and make sure I'm ready for these opportunities. I've spent money that I probably shouldn't have spent, like going out of town just to meet people, just to network, because that was going to contribute to my career. But people don't want to do that. And I tell people all the time, like, you expect somebody to just knock on your door, come hand you a check? Like, that's not how this works. Like, you think somebody's going to scroll through the internet, see what you got going on, be like, all right, let me go ahead and send you some money and a contract. That's not how it works. You got to constantly and consistently do what it is you say you're passionate about. And what I tell DJs when they ask me to teach them how to DJ, I tell them, like, you got to be passionate. And passion to me is, I would do this if I didn't get paid for it. If nobody ever gave me money for this, I would still do it. Thanks. And it's clear that people aren't passionate about what they're talking about. Like they just want to get rich, or they want to have some kind of status, whether it's locally or bigger than that, just off of what they do. But they don't really want to do it. Like, they're not passionate about their craft. They're passionate about getting money or being famous.
Yeah, the reward. That's all they're passionate about, is the reward. It's not about the actual contributing to what you're doing to get it.
Absolutely. I'm gonna play music until I can't play it no more. Until I'm physically unable to play music, I'm gonna play music forever, and that's whether somebody cut me a check or not. So that's why it's nothing to me to get up and, turn my equipment on, and then, like, I like being creative, so I'll make a reel, and I don't even know if this is going to do numbers or not, but I'm going to put it up because I like it and somebody else out there might like it. And then if it don't hit, guess what? We got another one coming tomorrow, and another one and another one. And I just wish people, like, I know so many talented people that I wish they had that work ethic, because they would be out of here if they did. So, yeah.
Facts. Definitely. So how what advice would you give to others facing similar challenges?
The advice I would give is that pretty much what I just said, like, find out what you're passionate about and do that, and do it as much as you can. And first of all, step back and ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Why am I doing this? And am I doing this because I've been doing it for so long that I'm scared to quit, or I'm scared to be a failure? Like, because if you don't want to do it, you can stop wasting everybody's time. You know what I mean? Whether that's DJing, rapping, photography, other visual arts, whether you're a dancer, you play a saxophone,
or trying to start a business,
or like trying to start a business. Like, if you got a hobby, that don't mean you need to start a business, because there's so much that goes into starting a business. And once again, just because you're good at something, as soon as you start taking money from it, that you taking money out of somebody else's pocket, and you're gonna have to answer to that. When it comes to competition, now, that's another thing. A lot of people don't want to compete because they're scared to fail, or they scared to feel like somebody else is better than them. So how's that going to work if like let's say you want to rap and you want to get signed to a record label? They try and sign. There's like a million other people that want to do that. So do you want to step out there and be better than them, or are you just hoping that somebody just takes a shot on you? Because that's not how it works. That's not, like, hopes and dreams that don't fuel nothing. And in the meantime, you either got a family to take care of, you got bills to pay. So you should probably get focused. So yeah, my number one piece of advice is get focused, find out what you really want to do and do that. And it's okay if you don't want to, don't want to be a rapper or a DJ or whatever. If you want to move on to something else, that's absolutely fine. But stop, get out of other people's ways. Like if you're just a hobbyist, get your hobby ass out of my way. Like I'm trying to pay these bills,
Bro,
for real.
facts. Um, can you share a behind the scenes story of an unforgettable moment from one of your shows or gigs?
A behind the scenes moment, something that's unforgettable. I'll give you two moments actually. So I just DJ'd in Korea this summer for the first time ever. That was on my vision board. You know what I mean? No, that was one of my goals for the new year, and so I had the opportunity while I was out there to DJ. I actually DJed twice.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna be
dope.
4 times, but the other 2 gigs was on the day I was leaving, so I couldn't do it, and they wasn't paying enough for me to stay. But so me and my wife stayed in the capital of Korea, which is Seoul. The event was near a military base, like 45 minutes away. So we had to take a cab. So I'm in the back of the cab, and I just started crying because I'm like, I'm really on my way to a DJ gig in Korea that they're paying me for. Like I'm actually getting paid for. I got the prime time slot. Like I'm on the other side of the world about to play some music for people and get paid to do it. Like that's crazy. Like
Facts.
that's definitely, I'm never going to forget that. And shout out to all the DJs out there. They're very hospitable.
Facts.
All the venue owners that were there, they're very hospitable as far as payment. They had equipment there for me to use. Food and drink and all that was covered. Even afterwards, they was like, we about to go to Korean barbecue. I'm like, it's 4 a.m, and they took care of that. And on the second gig, because the second gig was the next weekend, it was actually further. They was like, oh well, you ain't got to catch the train back right away. We get your hotel room. I was like, this is crazy. Like I've never been treated
Yeah,
like this.
hospitality is
They was treating
different
me like DJ
overseas.
Khaled. No, and then so the other thing I'm never going to forget is like I said, when we had DJ Drama at Forum for Memorial Day weekend. So I'm standing in a DJ booth. For those that don't know, the DJ booth is like a little narrow space in Forum, and there's a one way in or out. And it's not really the kind of space where two people can walk next to each other. So it's like you got to back up so I can get out. But anyways, I was up there DJing, and he's about to get in the booth. So the person I was with him brought his laptop up there, was setting everything up. So when he walked out the booth, I was about to walk out of the booth and, let Drama do his thing. He walked in, and I was just like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to leave, I guess. And so like he leaned over to me. He's like, what's your DJ name? And I was like, oh, DJ Burn. He got on the mic like, yeah, my nigga DJ Burn in the motherfucking building. It's DJ Drama. So in that voice, I was like, I'm gonna remember this moment forever.
Yeah,
like that's
facts.
like, this is somebody I grew up listening to. This is
What?
one of my like role models, one of my heroes, and like just to hear
Mr.
my
Gangsta
name say
Grills himself.
in that voice, it's like I wish I had a recording of it. That's the only thing that's my only regret is
Somebody
that
probably got it.
no. So we had something plugged into the mixing board there to record everything, but the volume was way too loud, so it was super distorted. Like you can't even tell what was going on. So that was the only fumble there. But yeah, that was definitely a moment. Like that was like a wow, I can't believe I'm really standing next to this guy, Grammy Award winning.
That's dope. That's dope as fuck.
But yeah.
So let me ask you this then. As far as DJing in Korea, what was it like to transition from the type of music you would play here in America compared to what they want to hear over there?
That's a great question because, like I said, these two venues were venues that serve people in the military, so it was the same thing.
Okay.
It was like when I got there, dude told me, like it's all military, so they mainly from down south. I was like, I already know what that means, bet. So I was just playing the same thing I would play at like XO or whatever, like a lot of Boss Man D-Lo, a lot of Glorilla, like. But on one of my off nights, I went to another club and there was a Korean DJ in there. I can't think of his name right now. He's a Red Bull 3-style champion in Korea, and he was in there playing for like more of a mixed crowd, and like it was the same, like it was open format. Like I hate that term, but it was basically like just hip hop, R&B, throwbacks, or whatever. But he was going crazy, like just the way he was using the turntables. I was like, oh, he know what he doing. But like, yeah, and still, hip hop run the world. So even over there at what they call a hip hop club, it's like 80% the same music. So
Facts. I mean, we got every country got their own form of hip hop. So I was
absolutely.
curious if they have you playing like some Korean hip hop
I've
or
heard
something.
Korean hip hop before and it's cool, but I don't know what they're saying. So it's like
This sounds dope as fuck though.
I
Like
can't really like yeah because it's like they're rhyming the sounds in their words where the English translation probably don't rhyme, but it still sounds good. But yeah, nah, they was listening to regular stuff. Oh, and the club that I one of the clubs I DJ at in November, they're actually going to have 310 Baby out there, which is dope
that's
because
crazy.
he just graduated from high school and he about to go perform in Korea. That's
That's
crazy, but.
crazy.
But yeah, shout out to them because when I was there, he was asking me about like because he's seen Orange Soda on my IG. One of the DJs I was there, he was asking me how it goes to like book artists and all that. And because once again, I'm not a hater. I just told him like this is what you usually do. This is how the payment usually goes. This is what you need to get for him and blah blah blah. And so yeah, it's dope that they are making those moves to bring people out there because like I said, it's like just imagine you in the military and you in a country you ain't never been in before and you from some small town in South Carolina, so being able to get a little bit of home while you're there is dope. So
Yeah, facts. Like that'd be crazy just walking past like two military dudes just walking past on the street and just all they hear is motherfucking some Atlanta ass music.
yeah,
Like they definitely gonna pop their head in there. Like
not
that's
for sure,
crazy. You
for
make
sure.
them niggas feel like home. But for inspiring DJs, what's a unconventional piece of advice that you would give them that they won't hear anywhere else?
Still, now what I mean by that is, I think we take a little bit from everybody, and so like find a DJ, you know, nationwide, somebody that's famous on YouTube, and also find somebody that's in your area that you like what they do. And, especially people that are local in your area, try to build with them. Just be like, I like what you do. Um, I'm trying to, like, do you mind if I just watch you? Or, it could be a little bit more involved with that, like where they actually want to sit down with you and then give you some game. But yeah, when I say steal, it's like, we're all inspired by somebody, so find some inspiration that aligns to your goals, and then just try to cultivate that relationship. It's obviously going to be easier for somebody locally instead of just some celebrity on social media. But find the way that you want to DJ, and once again, find out what you like about it because there are some people that want to DJ just because once again they want to be famous or they want to get money, which is nothing wrong with that. But know that going in, because another conversation that a lot of DJs don't have is the business part of it. Like I find a lot of DJs, a lot of creatives in general, have either the creative side down or the business side, but they don't have both.
Can you share a personal experience where this advice made a difference?
That is a great question because I have a dynamite example of how that made a difference. When I say steal, I started making reels because I saw a bunch of trash ass DJs on TikTok making top 10 quick mixes and getting a bunch of views, and I was like, yeah, but this stinks. So I was like, how can I make this my own? So that's why I started doing like top 10 songs that came out XYZ years ago, and people love nostalgia, and there's certain way you word things will get people intrigued. Like, oh, what does this mean? Let me watch it. So I started doing like, these songs came out 20 years ago, or these songs turned 20 years old this year, blah blah. And that's actually how I got like 80% of my followers on Instagram. Is one video did like a 1.2 million views, and it was just these R&B songs turned 20 years old this year or something like that. I don't know. One got that many views on Instagram, and one got a different video got similar amount of views on Twitter, and then I made another video of some other stuff. But yeah, so when it comes to content creation, I'm like, find things that you like looking at personally. Ask yourself, why does this work? Why am I interested in this? And try to take those little things and incorporate it into the things that you do, and just be consistent at it. So yeah, stealing, I definitely stole a lot of them ideas in a sense that, like I said, like these aren't original, and no idea is original, but I saw this and I was like, how can I make this mine? And here we are.
Facts. Um, why do you think this advice is often overlooked?
Well, I think people don't like to bite off other people creatively. Should I stop? Okay. I think people don't like to copy off other people creatively, which, once again, like if you're doing a one-on-one copy, there was somebody that downloaded one of my real sounds and put it on his video and act like he was DJing the music. I'm glad people caught that, because like so many people send it to me and then he try to block me and then he try to say, he was like, oh, I didn't know, my homie sent me this sound, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, right, motherfucker. So yeah, people don't like to copy other people, but I'm like, once again, it's not really about copying and one of what they're doing, but just like there are certain things that work on social media and certain things that don't, and just knowing, recognizing what does and what doesn't, and then putting that into what you do is the way to be successful. And similarly with DJing, like there's certain songs that work well together and transitions that work well together, and people try to avoid it because it's like, oh, that's somebody else's transition, that's somebody else's mashup. And I'm like, as long as you're not telling people that you came up with it originally, then I don't see what the problem is. And now if you go play somebody else's DJ set song for an hour, then yeah, you obviously need to be a little bit more creative than that. But there's nothing wrong with, like I said, sourcing what works on social media and trying to make that your own.
Facts. Uh, looking ahead, what's a bold or unconventional project that you're excited to start?
I'm about to start stripping. I'm just kidding. Unconventional project. Well, one thing that I've been working on for a while is making merch, which really I don't really have any aspirations of getting rich off making merchandise. Merchandise to me is just one other way of people to advertise me or my services. So when I make merch, I just want it to be something that people like wearing, and it keeps DJ Burn in their mind when they see it or when they put it on. So that's not really conventional because I'm not a fashion guy, but making merch is part of the whole package as far as advertising. But something else I've been trying to make beats longer than I've been DJing. And I just don't have the patience for it, or maybe I haven't found a good workflow, but eventually before I die, I want to be able to play an hour of my own music. So that's something I'm working on. I don't know when exactly that's going to, be something that I can present to the world, but, I do have something else. You want an exclusive? No
What's
one else
up?
has heard this. This is exclusive. When's this coming out?
Uh,
Within the next week?
a couple weeks
Okay. Well,
before the next orange soda.
This will be out before you guys hear this, but way before I actually had my first DJ gig, I actually made a mixtape. This was 2006. I kind of got into DJing because, well, one of the reasons was there's a DJ named DJ Jelly. And he used to do, I don't even know what they were called back then, but now they're called mashups. But all his mixtapes were nothing but acapellas over different beats. And I was like, that's fire. Like, so I wanted to do something like that. So me and two other students at the University of Cincinnati, instead of going to class, we sat down and put together this list of like acapellas and instrumentals. And like I said, this is before I had DJ equipment. So I actually put these acapellas and instrumentals together on a video editing program and was stretching the acapellas or instrumentals, like whatever need to be stretched on there. And we made a whole mixtape of mashups, or like I said, I don't know what they were called then. And I actually burned it to a CD, and we sold these CDs on campus at UC. And back in the day, there was a way you can like put like a file at the beginning of a CD before you burn it so that people couldn't copy it. And that was actually successful. The problem with that is because of whatever security it is, when you put it into a computer, it can't be read either. It only worked on regular CD players. So I've had this CD since 2006. And I couldn't find a regular CD player to play it in until a month ago. So I actually digitized this whole mixtape and I'm actually going to put it out next week in its original form. It's trash, by the way. Just it's trash, but it has some interesting mashups. And like I said, mashups are a thing now, and so is Orange Soda. It's 2006. So all the songs are like early 2000 songs. So
Right.
I think it would be great to put out. So I'm putting that out on my Patreon, patreon.com/DJBurn. And I'm also going to remake the mixtape with my equipment and my skills today so that it sounds way better. So it'll be like a remastered version, but with the same mashups and make it like a continuous mixtape. I'm going to put that out at the same time. So I haven't told anybody that yet. So you're the first person to
Hey,
know
that's
that.
dope. I appreciate it. Hey.
But yeah, I went back and this is how old it is on the back of the mixtape, which I made the cover art too. Like it's hilarious. I wish I had a picture I can show you, but I was spelling my name Burn back then. This is how long ago it was. Once again, this was like a year before I actually had DJ equipment and before I actually had my first live DJ gig, which was September 9th, 2007. This was a year before that. So I'm excited to put this out. And when I haven't heard it in so long. I was listening to it like, man, this is crazy. Like we did like little skits in between where we were talking on like some $10 USB mic. Well, it wasn't even USB. It was like some $10 mic that I got from Walmart. And it's just very nostalgic, and it's a good way for me to celebrate my career. So I'm about to put that out next week.
Hey, facts. That's dope as fuck.
So yeah, I think that's unconventional because yeah, it's trash. And normally I wouldn't show anybody this, but it's a part of my career. So
Facts. All right. So I just got a couple like quick fire questions for you.
I give you quick answers then.
Uh, what's the song on repeat for you right now?
Feelings on Silent, Leon Thomas and Wale, produced by Conductor.
Yo, that man's underrated.
That whole album is
man is
crazy, but
underrated.
the Wale verse, the Conductor beat, and the song is just it's a great vibe. So yeah, that's on
Facts.
repeat.
What is your favorite non-music hobby?
Playing video games.
Fair
I'm
enough.
I'm building my ultimate team now on college football 2025. And I'm playing online, and I'm like 50% wins. So I'm not the best, but I used to play Call of Duty all the time. Before I DJ'd, I used to play video games nonstop. And now between DJing and being married and just being an adult, I don't have as much time to play video games, so I can't really get into them
Facts.
in depth. But there's a lot of single player games I haven't played yet that I want to just find the time to sit down and play stuff like The Last of Us and Red Dead Redemption and all that. But yeah, I play a lot of video games.
I feel you. If you weren't a DJ, what would you be doing?
At home being lame. No. What would I was talking to my wife about this because I was like, I don't know what my social life would be like if I wasn't a DJ, because I've been DJing almost half my life now. And it's like before I DJ'd, I never went out. Like when I started DJing, I was dating a girl for like 4 years, and on the weekends we just went to the movies or just sat in the crib and watched TV or went out to eat. So I never went to the club. I never did any of that till I started DJing, and so I don't even know what I would be doing. I went to school for graphic design. I have an associate's in graphic design, and I'm currently an IT professional, and I'm studying to start taking a cybersecurity career path. So if I stop DJing today, that's what I would do. Is like just do cybersecurity. Black people in tech.
Facts. Uh, one place you haven't performed yet, but would love to.
Hmm. I know what came to mind first, but I'm trying to think if there's a different answer. No, it's Vegas.
Fair enough.
And that's
Fair
coming before the
enough.
end of the year. I'm speaking into existence. I know too many people in Vegas, DJs and promoters and venue owners. I'm like, the only reason I haven't yet is because of availability. Like, because once again, like stuff like that, you got to be you got to be present for opportunities, and like it's hard to just jump on a flight and spend
Yeah,
$700 to be somewhere for something. But Vegas, Vegas before the end of the year for sure.
facts. Um, so that was all the questions for
Okay,
that.
it was rapid fire
Uh,
for sure.
so I know you were supposed to bring a couple items.
Yeah, what's in
Unfortunately,
the bag, right?
yeah, what's in the bag? Unfortunately, you forgot the bag, but we still gonna talk about what was some of the items that you were gonna bring and what was the significance of them.
So specifically, what I had in the bag. Damn, now I forgot what was in the bag. No, I didn't. So one thing was my GoPro Max. GoPro Max is a 360 camera, and that's what I shoot most of my content on. It's like a $400 camera, but how it works is it's two super wide angle lenses back to back, and then it basically records every angle, and then in editing you can like just basically point the camera and zoom in and out wherever you want. So it makes the content more intriguing, and it's easier to like I said, catch myself and the crowd at the same time. GoPro Max. I have a Reloop Ready DJ controller, and it's the same size as a laptop. And I was gonna bring that because this is how I did a mix on an airplane flying from Columbus to San Francisco this summer. And I used the GoPro Max in that to do the mix, and it's just super convenient because it fits in my backpack. And I definitely recommend all DJs get something that small so you can do stuff on the road, and it just makes better content. Um, there was one other thing in the bag, and I can't think of what it is. Um, I, I'm gonna get home and look at it like, damn, I meant to say that. But the last thing was, I have like little sandwich bags full of um different merch that I've made that I like. I sell them on my website for like $5, but I usually give them out while I'm performing, and it's everything from buttons. There's stickers, and I have a car refreshener too that has my face on it, and I like that's important because once again, this
You
is
got
all about
little,
marketing.
you got little party bags to go.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
With a bunch of DJ Burn merch in there, because once again, it's like I don't make no money off this stuff, but it's like this is advertising. So like car air fresheners, coffee mugs, pens, lighters, just stuff people like need and have in a car, and everybody loves stickers, but stickers kind of played out. So unless you like have a super creative sticker, which I think I have 3 of them in there, but that's why I make car air fresheners, because like literally anything that you can
It's
imagine,
practical.
you can get a custom version of that. And it's just, once again, like, have you ever seen somebody with their face on a car air freshener? Probably not. So especially a DJ, especially using that for marketing. So it's like, it's important to just do creative stuff to stand out, because once again, we're in the business of offering services for money, so all this is advertising. And I can't think of what the other thing. I'm really salty I don't remember what the other thing was. When I get home, I look at it like, damn, it was either important or it wasn't. So
It's smooth. It's smooth. So last thing on the list. Um, so if you had to create an ultimate playlist for a unique scenario, like a road trip or being stuck on a deserted island, just a
uh,
rainy day playlist,
uh.
what's the top 5 songs you were including and why?
Well, I'm gonna answer the question, but the real answer for me, and I think for most DJs, is I don't listen. Like after I DJ, and when I leave the club, it's either silence or it's podcast. Usually, when I'm in the car, it's podcast. So if I'm on a deserted island, I'm listening to podcasts, and it's usually a sports podcast or like or hip hop podcast. But five artists. This is funny. Drake, Kendrick, Jay-Z, Biggie, Outkast.
Which songs though?
It's 5 songs specifically. Um, See, I consume music not necessarily for the mood, but for like the creativity of it and the picture that it paints. So because of that, if I had to pick one song from each artist, it would be Drake would be Too Much. Kendrick would be Sing About Me, Dying of Thirst. Um, Biggie would be My Downfall, which is a Tupac disc. A lot of people didn't know that. It's a Tupac disc.
Crazy.
Um, Jay-Z, it would be Hovey Baby. Hovey Baby is my best. This is my favorite song of all time. Like no genre, just my best favorite song. Period. 3 verses of heat.
That's what's up.
Outkast. Outkast is like there's I like I don't even know. I love Outkast. I love all their albums. I love all their individual projects, all their features. Outkast is like the definition of hip hop, in my opinion.
Facts.
And so it would be something off of Quimini. Oh, it would be the Art of Storytelling with Slick Rick.
Hey, that's what's up. That's dope as fuck. Well, I appreciate you again for stopping by, man.
No problem. I appreciate you having me.
Hey, you want to tell the people where they could find you?
Everything is djbern.com. That's djbern.com. You can find all my social media there, future events. You can book me there. Videos, SoundCloud, all that stuff is on djbern.com. I also recommend if you're creative and you got something for sale, get a website because, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that go down. Where can people find you? And Google searches help if you got a website because then like website just make you look more legit. I hate when I'm doing business with somebody and they email something at Gmail. Anybody can make a fucking Gmail. Mine has been mail at djbird.com for the past 10 years. And I feel like that's just, it just feels more legit and more reputable if you have a website. So go get a website. Like what you spending on sneakers, you can definitely get you a website and hosting. And yeah, djbird.com.
Facts. When's the next Orange Soda?
November 1st, that is the day after Halloween. We're doing Halloween Hangover. Also, another exclusive for you. We have 2 guest DJs from LA. There are 2 phenomenal women DJs, DJ Ola and DJ Bella Fox. And then me and Don't Fret going to be there as usual. Costumes are mandatory or you'll pay a hefty fee at the door. So make sure you bring your costume.
What classifies as a costume?
We're gonna figure it out at the door. You either got something on or you don't. I don't know. Like, I mean, just come and be festive. Last party we had was a white tea party. And like 30% of people came in white tees. I'm like, we should have made this shit mandatory because it looked crazy in here. So, but no, yeah, it's November 1st. That's at Forum. Big shout to Forum. Forum is very user friendly when it comes to throwing events, and we appreciate that.
Facts. Well, y'all heard it here first, and thank y'all for watching. Make sure to tune in. Make sure to hit up his website. Make sure to book him. Make sure to follow us.
Wait, I have questions. We not done.
What's up? Oh no, you good. What's up? What's up?
How many episodes you got of this?
Visually, like 8, but I got more on Spotify.
Okay. How long have you been doing this?
For like the last 4 years.
Okay, cool.
It's been like an on and off thing, trying to like a lot of my setbacks as far as the podcast go was find a steady co-host. Like I literally went through like 5 co-hosts.
That's the thing when here's another piece of advice. I'm glad we said this. When you're trying to work on something, you very rarely gonna find somebody on the same page as you. So you gotta vet these people properly. Like a lot of stuff I do, and it's a long list, I do by myself because like people don't really be on it as much as they say they want to be on it. So it's like, oh yeah, I want to host a podcast. No, you don't, because you got to show up every single week and be interested every single week and do research and all that. And people don't really want to do that. They just want to get on the mic and repeat Twitter topics. Like that's not podcasting. Unfortunately, you got to be consistent. So my last question, maybe outside of this episode, obviously, if I said, hey, I want to listen to your best episode, which one would it be?
See. It depends on what you mean by best.
What do you mean by best? You tell me what the best one is.
I got 2 different definitions as far as when my podcast goes.
Okay.
I have one that before I started doing videos that's only on Spotify. It was with a security guard who was in the industry. He was an artist security guard. But he talked about domestic violence from the male's perspectives as far as him being beat on and him being and him having to hold back because he was the man and all that.
Got you.
But I feel like that was within its own rights because that was definitely something a lot different than I've done on my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And the attention that it brought to my podcast, like I said, I felt like it put me in different eyes.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely see that.
But other than that, I would say that uh, episode honestly, so it'd be two that are actually on camera.
Okay.
The one with TSC, um, then like numbers wise, that's what did the best.
Mm-hmm.
But also did one with some people from I had a sponsor and they sent over some people and that was like the first video episode we did.
Oh, nice.
And they talked and they I came on and talked and bro talked about like Florida takeovers and some other shit and like the hate that man received in my comments was hilarious, and I felt like that was just the best. I ain't gonna lie. I don't understand. I legit do not understand why they was mad at this man for something he did. So like it ain't like he's saying I'm currently doing this right now.
Yeah.
Like they did this years ago. Like
Now I gotta check it out.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Oh, I'm also contractually obligated to shout out to my wife every time. So shout out to Brianna
Oh
Page.
yeah, facts.
Gang, gang. You know what I mean?
Facts.
No. But yeah, I definitely appreciate you having me. And keep this going. Consistency is what wins because a lot of people aren't consistent, and that's why they're not successful.
Facts for sure. Anything else you want to ask?
Nope.
All right, well, again, appreciate you stopping by, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all again next time.